Hey everyone, I'm back with another movie review. Yes. Okay, so I'm not going to do another countdown of 20 through 11 Disney countdowns because I have two of them coming soon next month. And I actually had three in this month. You probably guessed it that I watched Onward in theaters. Then I doubt Garfield Gets Real. Go ahead and check those two out. If you're probably wondering, what are the other two? Other one is, well, you probably see in the thumbnail the funny version I did instead of like putting a title in a screen. You know, the YouTube clickbait channel where the logo shows off. You know, when Brick was like, uh-oh, because he was about to get tumbled up by a bunch of Wooloo with a little logo right there. Well, that was going to be my original plan for the Shaun the Sheep movie review, but I forgot not to do that, so I decided to do for this movie review anyway. And you're probably wondering, what is it? Well, it's about space and sheep. For today's movie review is none other than Farmegeddon, a Shaun the Sheep movie. Okay, to tell you the truth, I'm counting this one as a 2020 movie, even though it was supposed to be released in 2019, worldwide. But here's what the problem is. They actually changed it in 2019 in the UK, and then they decided to release it on Netflix and things of the USA. And I thought, that sounds interesting. And that's how I got the idea of doing this movie review, because it's kind of like the sequel to Shaun the Sheep. So I decided to do a sequel of the Shaun the Sheep movie review. Haha, sounds interesting, right? Okay, like I said, this one doesn't have any voices, just has grunts and grumbles. You know what I mean, right? Okay, before this video starts, this may contain spoilers. So, what I would rather do is just pause this movie like this, go check it out on Netflix, which, to tell you the truth, this might be my very first Netflix original movie review I ever did. Yes, I never really did a lot of Netflix original movie reviews because none of them are a lot good. Some are kind of inappropriate. There's not really a lot that are kind of kid friendly. But yeah, Shaun the Sheep Farmegeddon might be my very first movie review of a Netflix original. Okay. Anyway, and then when you're done watching the Farmegeddon, unpause me, and then go ahead and see how it feels. Or if you're into spoilers, go ahead and see it through. Okay. Let me start this off. I don't really have a picture for this one, but I'll explain it through anyway. The movie starts out with a guy and his dog who is on his way for a to-go thing where he was trying to enjoy his french fries, but the problem is something landed on the forest. The forest is that some kind of weird creature. The dog was trying to follow it, but the guy was trying to stop it. And then they realized it was an alien. Uh-oh. So they try to run away as fast as they can, but the dude didn't get his chance to try out his french fries. But the alien did. Ooh. Yep. And meanwhile, in the mossy bottom farm, Shaun and the sheep were trying to figure out what they do for fun. But too bad, because Blitzer is taking the fun away from Shaun and the gang. And maybe because Blitzer wants the sheep to just do one thing. Absolutely nothing except eating grass. That's no fun. All Shaun wants to do is just have some fun, but every time they try to do something, Blitzer bans it, and because he might think it's too dangerous. And one time, Shaun attempts to order a pizza, but it didn't work because it was Aiden, and for some reason they have no idea what happened and how it got here, which is a mystery. Ooh, haha. Well, meanwhile, the farmer was looking for a new lawnmower because his lawnmower like thing was a tool only needs to be getting rid of. And the sheep, well, they were doing what they were supposed to do from Bitzer's vision. Just eat grass. That is pretty lame. Well, meanwhile, Shaun noticed something. He noticed that there was a bits of pizza left that he followed them, and that's where Shaun meets the little alien that followed the pizza delivery guy to the farm. Haha, what a success. Okay, so this alien is called Lula, and he's curious and mischievous and sometimes a little bit playful. And to prove that, she started causing a little bit of trouble. After she met the sheep, they were a bit terrified because they have no idea who she really is. And also, of course, Lula wanted to try out the lawnmower thing. I forgot what the giant size thing's called. Or Zoom Zoom. So, Shaun couldn't try to turn it on, but thanks to Lula's psychic ability, she managed to activate it and started causing a lot of trouble. Haha. Bitzer almost tried to call the farmer to get them, but that's when the farmer noticed that there were crop circles around the field. Haha. So no one got in trouble, but the farmer had been hearing the news about the alien attacks from that guy and his dog who was attacked, and he didn't even got a chance to finish his french fries. Ah, bummer. So, the farmer just got an idea. He had to get a new haystack thing. And that's to build a theme park called Farmegeddon. That is a pretty great idea to get money to buy a new one because that thing might have been really expensive. So, he hired Bitzer to start building, and when Shaun was trying to hide away from Bitzer, he realized something. Lula is homesick. Lula really wants to go back home because her only chance to get back into space is the ship that crashed there. Luckily enough, Shaun had an idea. He's going to volunteer to try to take Lula to the ship where he crashed and managed to take her home, which will be a great success. Well, meanwhile, there is some kind of like a secret alien force, kind of similar to the Monsters Inc. guys, the 2319, 2319. You know what I mean, right? They followed the guy with the dog and who didn't got a chance to eat his french fries. I actually don't know his name. It will help a little bit if they talked a bit, but I don't care. Okay. They were the guys, they were working for Agent Red, who has an obsession with aliens. I will explain why real soon. But sadly enough, there was no alien craft because it disappeared. Uh-oh. So, he was taken away and their secret mission was not a great success. Well, meanwhile, Shaun and Lula were on a mission to try and find the alien spaceship and try to get her home. Haha. So, they had a little adventure by walking down the streets, using a little bit of Lula's psychic powers, and rolling down the garbage can, which is pretty funny. But, as things didn't go so well, there had been some trouble at the grocery store. Shaun was trying to stop Lula from eating everything from the grocery store to trying not to get caught, but it was no use. Lula was almost trying to eat everything, even the candy store, and she almost drank at least 3 bottles of soda, which is pretty intense because she just made the loudest burp ever. So loud that I even got from this area to, well, not this area, from the area they are to Africa, which made a lion feel like, huh? What was that? That kind of made it stop it from hunting. I actually don't have the picture for it, but it would be pretty interesting. But yeah, that's what happened at the grocery store. But luckily enough, Shaun managed to escape with Lula. And meanwhile, while the farmer is ought to try to build the machine, not the machine, the construction site, Bits are hired the sheep to take his job while he was disguised as an alien to hang up some posters. But he knows that there was a garbage can in there, the same garbage dump, one thing that Shaun and Lula were in. So Bitzer tried to follow it, but had some problem getting stuck in the glue, and that's where Agent Red and his her worker, there's her men who worked, were trying to follow it and see what they were doing, because they thought Bitzer was the alien. Ooh. Well, meanwhile, the spaceship that Lula had was actually found. Well, it turns out it's not actually found. It was just there the whole time. It was actually invisible. What the heck? That's just crazy. So meanwhile, Shaun and Lula were taking a tour around the ship, and they managed to try launch up, but there was a piece missing. I forgot to mention, there was a piece of the spaceship that launched off. It was like some kind of like a battery / beacon call that was the only way to contact her alien family. And that's when Lula explained Shaun about how she got here. Okay, well, since she can't talk, because in this world that Shaun lives, they can't talk. So she managed to use her telekinesis to explain about her past of how she got here, which is a pretty naive idea, because if they can't talk and explain how they got there, that would be like, oh man, this is crazy. But yeah, Lula's craziness is the reason why she's here, and she can't go back because she's missing a piece. Well, meanwhile, okay, so the parts of the review don't really have some picture or frames in it, but that's okay. If I want to add a combination of myself, plus a combination of what happened, and I'll rather do that. But anyway, the secret group who found this spaceship and just took it away. Hey, the UFO. I'd prefer to call it a spaceship, because I used to call little alien ships spaceships to their secret base. And how Shaun, Lula, and Bitzer, who was inside the spaceship, how would they get out here? Who knows? Okay, so after the UFO was taken away, the sheep were there. Surprise. Well, it's technically not a surprise. It's more like a sheep at work, because they're doing their best to build up Farmegeddon, the theme park, which is pretty impressive, because I saw those sheep. He built a lot on the Shaun the Sheep cartoon, and that is very impressive. So meanwhile, Shaun and Lula were at the secret base, and the secret men, they finally got their first UFO, which is pretty crazy, because they never really captured a lot of UFOs. I feel bad for them, but they still have to get the key to activate the UFO. So that's when Shaun and Lula were working together to try to get it. Well, meanwhile, I forgot to mention this, Bitzer was in some kind of a sleep thing that he was in. But when he woke up, he was noticed that he was in the secret base. The workers were asking him, what he is, or what gender he is, or how will he get here? He doesn't actually know because he's not an alien. Well, meanwhile, the key thing, it's on the careful eye on Agent Red. So luckily enough, they managed to grab it back, and then they escaped the secret base, and they had a crazy lift up through space, and then had a little space adventure in there because they're on their way to get home. Well, meanwhile, back in Earth, Agent Red was so furious because it turns out the reason why she was obsessed with aliens is that she actually saw one. Everyone laughed at her because they all thought aliens doesn't exist, which made Agent Red so upset is that how she started to become an agent to hunt down any aliens left behind. So after that flashback, she implanted a robot to follow Lula's ship, and while that's happening, Shaun got hungry and tried to find some food, and he checked out the a little vending machine thing where you can think of a food that didn't dispose out, except there are two things that are alien food, and one of them was broccoli. And then when he saw a pizza, he was going to do that, but thanks to Bitzer's rule-like thing to the sheep, he stopped Shaun from pressing the button and banned him from touching anything. But thanks to Shaun, he just want to get food anyway. But that caused a catastrophe, is that it crashed back down on Earth, which made Lula very upset that she will never get the chance to come home. Bitzer tried to cheer her up a bit, but Shaun felt bad. But then Shaun noticed something. The battery thing, it had enough power to send in a beacon signal, so that way Shaun decided to rally up his sheep friends to get the signal working, but it's not working because they're too low. They have to get high, and that's where Shaun realized that the farmegeddon tower is still long enough it can reach the sky. So Shaun decided to sneak in and try to get it, but Bitzer noticed the plan, and he was about to stop him, but he didn't actually stop him. He actually put on a helmet for Shaun because he decided to send Lula back home where she belongs. So, with that in mind, one last thing. Agent Red was found the crash site and decided to follow it. So, with that being said, she managed to get in her car, but transformed into a giant robot. So, with that in mind, Shaun tried as best as he can to reach up to the tower, but Agent Red was trying to catch up because here's the thing that happened. She noticed that Bitzer was actually a dog and everyone laughed, but she noticed Lula, so she followed Shaun, but with that luck, the sheep were keeping Agent Red busy, while meanwhile, Shaun and Lula made it up to the top and sent out the signal to her parents. But Agent Red just crashed in the party. So after the crash incident from the farmer's play about what happened, everyone was amazed about how the bot that Agent Red was controlling just fell down with the no thing, and they thought it was a play, was actually not. But then, after the play ended, Lula's parents came to Earth to return Lula back home. Luckily enough, Lula had told their parents everything, and they were really impressed. So with that said, it's time for Lula to go home. But then she decided to say goodbye to her Earth friend Shaun and her other sheep friends. Timmy managed to say goodbye by giving her the doll she had. So, with that in mind, Lula's parents took Lula back home. It was a nice moment. I really enjoyed it. Well, meanwhile, after it's over, everything was back in normal, just like the Shaun the Sheep movie in 2015, except the farmer woke up in this UFO that Lula's parents were in. Uh-oh. So, in the post-credit scenes, they returned him, but he was... I don't want to talk about it because it's not kid-friendly. But, yeah. Everything was back to normal, and they had a great time on their Earth while the Lula and her parents were back into their own planet after they returned to Farmer. Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be it for today's movie review. And if you want to see more of these, go ahead to like this video, share this to your friends, comment down below, like this video, and share. I kind of forgot, but the rules aren't down below in the description. And I'm also going to put a link in the description for the review of the Shaun the Sheep movie, which is one of my good ones so far. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. Also, of course, don't forget, I'm going to do another stop motion thing along with the new Rex Reacts. Go ahead and check that out real soon. Okay? Thanks for watching. Have a brick day.